An expectant crowd at the M.A. Chithambaram Stadium in Chennai waited with bated breath for their hero to get into the middle and treat them with some big hits. Who are we talking about? Who else but MS Dhoni? The cameras panned to him time and time again during the CSK innings at the Chepauk, and faithful would get into celebration mood every time they saw him on the big screen. Now, with each falling wicket, fans got restless, hoping that Dhoni would come out to bat.
There's going to be one thing Monday night at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, a full house at the
But Mahi swinging his bat in the dressing room was the closest they came to seeing Thala wield his bat on the night.
Started with long hair all those years ago. I remember playing against MS Dhoni.
Of course, knows how to find that gap, the experience.
Now, Dhoni may not have given the crowds something to cheer with, bat in his hands. However, with the gloves, he did roll back the clock for everyone inside the stadium. Now, Dhoni put in a full-length dive to his right to put an end to Vijay Shankar's time in the middle, and what followed at the Chepauk was absolute bedlam.
Other region in India. Oh, is that a catch? Yes, two hands. Mahendra Singh Dhoni hasn't batted, but the crowd loves this. What a catch.
So Dhoni rang around the stadium as people got their Paisa Vasool moment they had congregated for.
Not at all. He's the man. He's the man. Look at that catch.
Other region in India. Oh, is that a catch? Yes, two hands. Mahendra Singh Dhoni hasn't batted.
And it didn't take too long for social media to erupt after the 42-year-old MS Dhoni pulled off the stunner that we just showed you. And much like the netizens, top news agencies also went into frenzy as they went gaga over Dhoni's effort. We'll start with a few examples. Business newspaper Mint, they carried a headline which read, "Tiger Zinda Hai." That was one of the headlines that you saw on mainstream media. Moving over to another example, Wisden, which is an authority on cricket, went on so far as to say that Dhoni's act not just defied age, but also gravity. The Indian Express even broke it down for its readers. They hyper-analyzed Dhoni's stretch by actually measuring the dive in meters. 2.27 meter dive is what they concluded, an effort that they described as one that brought the roof down at the Chepauk. Now, before one knew it, he is 42. That was trending on social media platform X, with one user actually writing there, which went viral too, where he said, "Bro is faster than light." There was another user that came on and said that this is the greatest catch ever by a 42-year-old MS Dhoni. Arguably the greatest catch by a 42-year-old, because we don't have too many 42-year-olds anyway playing at the moment. But there was also a flip side to it, and let's take a look at that too. There were those that pointed out the excess by the media in eulogizing Dhoni. Now, according to a lot of people, more than enough print space was given to the catch than it actually deserved. For many, it was just a regulation catch. But just because it was MS Dhoni, it was eulogized a bit more. It was given a lot of media space. It was beautifully illustrated by the well-known cartoonist Satish Acharya, where he showcases the media chasing Dhoni, despite him giving over his captaincy to the young Ruturaj Gaikwad. But as you can see in that cartoon, it's showing the captaincy baton may have been passed, but the media is still running after MS Dhoni, as was also shown in the catch that MS Dhoni took. Okay, interestingly, Dhoni wasn't the only senior pro who left a mark in the field last night. 35-year-old Ajinkya Rahane also pulled off a stunning catch to help his team dismiss the dangerous David Miller in the same match. Now CSK truly are living up to their name of Dad's Army, who at the moment by no means are slow into the field. But unfortunately for Rahane, he did not grab as many headlines as MS Dhoni did.
Impressive, so impressive.
We've seen that earlier on as well in the tournament from Ajinkya Rahane. It was the inaugural game and the great presence of mind from Ajinkya Rahane. Here again.
I think pretty much same. I am impressed as well with the kind of feeling. Maybe we have got one or two extra youngsters in the team. That could be the reason.
Yeah.
But great effort from Jinx, even the last match, even this match, you know, running from one end to other. So I feel, as I said, fielding especially, I would say a big take for us.
Okay, let's add on to that entire performance by veterans. That's not all at the moment, because another veteran in footballer Sunil Chhetri made it a hat-trick for fine performances by senior pros on the night. Now playing his 150th match for India, Chhetri scored India's only goal of the match in the World Cup qualifiers versus Afghanistan.
Scoring from the spot and making no mistake. India were at 1-0. The milestone man scoring from the spot.
But his joy and that of the Indian fans was rather short-lived because it all went downhill from there. From there on, the Indian team went on to lose the match 2-0 to Afghanistan. India gave away those 2 goals and then now find themselves precariously placed in their group in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers. The experienced Sunil Chhetri could not believe what had happened. He sat on the bench almost in disbelief as India stared down the barrel. A painful night for him as a player and for the fans alike. Now, we often say that age is just a number, but the 3 people that you see on your screen, MS Dhoni, Ajinkya Rahane and Sunil Chhetri on the night, defied that. It was an outstanding night for these 3 veterans. MS Dhoni at the moment, as has been reported, is probably playing his last season of any sort of professional cricket. But the way he's going, maybe the fans could nudge him to play a season or 2 more.